Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Silent Hill 3. Today we explore the hospital. I forget if there was a reason behind us going here. I know Douglas was talking about where Heather needs to go. I know we are looking for Leonard, which... If you're gonna keep going that way, cool. Works for me. One less enemy to deal with. Her with her heavy breathing. I could almost make a joke about the regenerators from Resident Evil 4, but it really doesn't fit as well as that thing in the subway. Which we never see, but I guess that was supposed to be a spirit. And I can actually talk about that now. There's a theory that reading all of that triggers Alessa's power, or Heather's in this case. And she creates that out of her own mind from reading that story about ghosts and somebody falling off and dying in that subway area. Somewhere over here is a code for an outfit on a New Game Plus. We definitely need that. We definitely don't need that, actually. I didn't know at the time what this does. Here's the key item we need. The perfume attracts enemies, so I'm not sure why you would want that. Maybe if you're going for the bad ending and you want more enemies to kill. Other than that, I'm not sure why you would want that. Seems odd. To unlock all the different outfits, you have to find different codes, or look them up online, which is what I did on my original playthrough. I do miss having those outfits because they do cut down on the glare of the flashlight in cutscenes. Plus, Heather looks better in those anyways. And that's not me being a perv or anything, I just think she looks better in a sleeveless shirt than this vest jacket thing she's got going on. And that's another note from Stanley, who we really don't care about. I'm not sure if there's a point to that subplot. We never actually meet him, so I'm not sure why that's even here. This really needs some elevator music, but I'm not going to take the time to add some in. Reading Harry's diary at the end of the last video was enough work for me. So if you tuned out when I said thanks for watching, then you missed it in the last video. That was a lot of work. Took me 30 minutes to do. Actually, probably more after editing. Oh, Stanley, 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 when will you ever get the hint? There's this thing, it's called statutory. Heather would qualify. At least in some states. I believe Silent Hill is supposed to be in Maine, so I'm not sure what the age of consent is there. And I don't care enough to look it up, because I feel like if you have to actually look that up, then that probably says something bad about you, and I don't want that on my conscience. So, since we picked up that, I want to say it was polish remover or something. I don't know what the hell it was. Whatever it was we picked up in that room where I started talking about the codes for the unlockable outfits, we can use that here. Yep, polish remover. Haha! I've played this before. Give me a break. And we got a key. Odd place to place a key, but that's okay. I'm sure we will make great use of it. And yes, kids, I have been drinking a little bit. It's New Year's Eve, so I feel like that is a good time to drink. But I'm not going to consider this a drunk video because I don't feel like I'm drunk. Drunk on life, maybe. Oh, yeah. So opening up the staircase does open up a few options for us. We don't need to go that way yet. Ooh. Creepy percussion. We don't need to go that way either yet. We will, just not now. First, there's another note from our beloved Stanley. Okay, not our actual beloved, because Heather's never actually met this dude and certainly wouldn't want anything to do with him. It would be interesting if Stanley was a classmate of Heather's when she was Alessa back in the day. So I had to unequip a weapon because of that issue I talked about in previous videos. Get those items and fucking go. And then try to figure out where I'm going. This is the only time we actually see this rooftop during the daytime. We never actually see this in Silent Hill 2, so that's one nice little slight change, I guess. But I really wanted that ammo. I'm not sure what ammo we picked up. I think it might have been machine gun ammo. And if that's the case, that's definitely what we need. We will be picking that up this video. We won't be using it. I mean, why would we want to use it? Best to just hold on to it. So you have to solve the puzzle to get the code for this lock. I could explain it, but it was at least 3 weeks to a month ago when I played this. And no, I didn't look it up. I solved it proper. It's just been a little while. I hear the pitter-patter of little feet. And the breathing of little lungs. And I mentioned it last video, but some of these nurses do have guns, so we want to try to take these things out as quickly as possible. It's at this point I wondered if I had even taken damage during this playthrough yet. I don't think I have. Which is very nice. Spoiler, it's not going to be a no damage run, unfortunately. Oh, Mom, I don't want to go to school! I've talked about it in LPs before, but with my bad eyesight... Actually, I talked about it in Silent Hill 2. It is hard as hell for me to read these types of clocks. I can't see watches, and most clocks like this are up high, so I can't actually see them. So I never get a chance to see clocks that look like that. I always figure it out for Let's Plays whenever there's a puzzle in a game that I need to solve like that. Resident Evil 0, Silent Hill 2, this one. But it's one of those things that being blind, I never really learned. There are actually a lot of things people take for granted that would be on that list for me. I'll learn it for a game and then forget it after I finish that game. Huzzah, we got a reward. I'm sure it's very worth it. It's the Polaroid camera. You'll see what we need that for in a few minutes. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of story this video, but then again, we got a ton of story the last two. You can probably see what I was talking about when I mentioned that this story, while good, has pacing issues. I like this. Something simple, but somehow it's made kind of creepy. Machine gun ammo? I don't know what these devs' obsession with wheelchairs were at this time. We have this wheelchair. There are weird wheelchair monsters in 4, which were not interesting at all. And we finally get a machine gun, which we have to Load with ammo. Why they couldn't just give it to us already loaded, I have no idea, but oh well. I will use that gun twice this LP, both on bosses. And just showing off the ammo. I'm pretty sure that's where Pyramid Head chased James and Maria. Although this corridor looks different. But judging by the state of that elevator, that would be my guess. I like this flickering light. And I believe it keeps doing that even in the cutscene. It's a cool little thing that I wouldn't expect from a game of this era. So we picked up a disposable camera. You may have wondered what we need it for. This. How she knows something's back there, I don't know. I'd say unless it was mentioned in a file, but the only files I've seen have been from Stanley. And that's another picture with a passcode that gives me some trouble. I talked about that in Silent Hill 2. In this same hospital, there was that room with the number scrawled in blood that gave me some trouble because it wasn't written out neatly. I want to say it was a 7 and a 2 that I got mixed up. Alright, let's get out of here. At least we don't have to deal with Maria's ornery ass. Just some random percussion every now and again. To be fair, I don't think Heather would take her shit like James does. That passcode is to this door. If memory serves, it took me a little while to deal with this because of the writing in that photo. I wish you could click on the photo and have text come up with the passcode in the same font as the files in this game. That would make things a lot easier to deal with. I'm pretty sure there was a save point in this room in Silent Hill 2. No such luck here. Not that I need it considering I have save states. And I believe, yep, this is the flyer about Hope House. This is about some investigations into a strange cult around Silent Hill. We already know there's a cult in that town. And strange shit that goes on in a compound near Silent Hill. It also mentions an area that we actually go to in 4. A cylindrical prison, basically. Which I will admit has some creepy as fuck story behind it. Unfortunately, that's about all it had going for it. It was a terrible level. And there is an LP on my channel of that game. I'm not super proud of it, but it does exist. Damn. About time. Oh, another note from Stanley. I would have to look into that. I am curious who this guy is, if it's even explained. But it would be kind of cool if Stanley was a kid in Alessa's class, had a crush on her, shit went down like we already know about in Silent Hill 1, and he just lost his mind because of it. Oh god. Who said you could spawn? I know I didn't. Don't tell me you were trying to jump scare me, because that's lame. There's another one around here somewhere, but I don't see it. There you are. Look, you're the one coming up on me, alright? I had to put a bitch down. Heather, she don't take no shit. And that's why we love her, isn't it?
Hello?
Claudia.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me, Claudia. You're always trying to run from your responsibilities. Have you come to apologize? Or maybe you still don't realize how foolish you've been. The salvation of all mankind. Ah, what a ridiculous dream.
Wait, just listen to me for a second.
I've heard enough from you already. How did you turn out this way? Where did I go wrong?
Listen to me already. I'm not Claudia.
You're not Claudia.
My name is Heather.
Heather.
Who are you?
Leonard Wolf. I'm sorry. I thought you were my daughter.
Claudia is your daughter?
Oh, so you know her, do you? Are you one of her followers?
No, never. When I find her,
I can feel the hatred.
What?
Behind your words. The anger. You plan to kill her, don't you?
I'm sorry, but She killed my father.
She's a fool. But she's still my daughter. I was going to forgive her if she changed her ways. But I see it's too late. Heather, will you help me?
Help you?
I'm locked up in here, and I must stop Claudia.
Where are you now?
I'm not sure myself, but the door is at the end of the hall on the second floor. I think I can be of help to you. I have a seal. Please.
A seal? The end of the hall on the second floor.
Well, we know where we need to go now. Not sure why we got a bit of nurse battle music there for a sec. This music's kind of cool. We don't get a whole lot of music in this game. I was tempted to add some music from other games. I think I might have talked about this on the LP before, but I can't remember. But that would be extra effort I don't want to do. Trust me, these LPs take a lot of effort already. Lots of editing. So, number of health items. I would like some shotgun shells or machine gun rounds, but unfortunately no dice. And there's a save point, so you can save your game there. I'm going to end this video here, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Silent Hill 3.